There is a moment, and you know exactly the one I am talking about, when you sit alone in a quiet room and the silence becomes so loud it feels like it is screaming inside your chest. You replay the words, you replay the looks, you replay every single moment you tried to be enough for someone who is never going to let you be enough, no matter how much of yourself you gave over. And in that silence, a question begins to form, slowly at first, then louder, until it becomes the only thing you can think about. How do I make them feel even a part of what they made me feel? How do I make them understand the weight of what they did to me? How do I make them ache the way I ached when I begged for kindness from someone who only knew how to hurt? If that question has lived inside you, if it has kept you up at night, if it has followed you into your mornings and poisoned your afternoons, then stay with me, because what I am about to tell you is going to change the way you see your pain, your power, and your future forever. Before I go any further, I need you to do one small thing, because what comes next is not just a video, it is a turning point, and I do not want you to lose your way back to this kind of truth. Subscribe to this channel right now, not because I am asking you to, but because somewhere deep inside you, there is a version of you that is begging to be reminded again and again that you are not crazy, you are not broken, and you are not alone. Every video here is built to walk you out of the fog they put you in. So subscribe and let this be the moment you stop searching for closure in the person who shattered you and start finding it in the person you are becoming. Now here is the shocking truth that almost no survivor of narcissistic abuse ever fully understands. And once you understand it, the entire game changes. A narcissist does not fear your anger. They do not fear your screaming. They do not fear your tears, your accusations, your long messages explaining everything they did wrong. They do not fear you exposing them to friends, to family, to coworkers, to the world. In fact, all of that feeds them. All of that confirms to them that they still occupy a throne in your mind. The one thing, the only thing that truly terrifies a narcissist is the moment they realize you no longer need a response from them to feel whole. That is the wound they cannot heal from. That is the silence they cannot survive. And that is the kind of pain no revenge fantasy could ever come close to delivering. To understand why, you have to understand what a narcissist actually is. Beneath the mask, beneath the charm, beneath the confidence, beneath the cruelty, there is a hollow person, an emotional skeleton, a child who never learned how to soothe themselves, and who built an entire personality around getting that soothing from other people. Psychologists call this narcissistic supply. It is the fuel they cannot make inside themselves. It is the attention, the reaction, the admiration, the fear, the guilt, the obsession, the love, the rage. Anything that proves to them that they exist, that they matter, that they have power. To a narcissist, your emotional reactions are not just satisfying. They are oxygen. They are survival. And when you finally stop supplying that oxygen, something inside them begins to suffocate in a way they cannot explain, even to themselves. This is why they provoked you. This is why they twisted your words. This is why they brought up old wounds in the middle of unrelated conversations. This is why they disappeared and reappeared. Why they gave you small bits of warmth right before pulling back into coldness. They were not confused. They were not going through something. They were feeding. Every reaction you gave them, even the painful ones, was a meal. And the deepest, most uncomfortable truth you must accept is this. They did not love you. They loved what you gave them when you were emotionally active. They loved the version of you that revolved around them. They loved being the center of your storm, which is exactly why your healing is the one thing they cannot tolerate. Because the moment you begin to heal, the moment your nervous system stops bracing for their next move, the moment your thoughts stop circling them like a planet trapped in their orbit, you become unreachable. And to a narcissist, an unreachable target is a personal catastrophe. They do not lose people the way emotionally healthy people lose people. They lose territory. They lose property. They lose a reflection. And nothing, absolutely nothing, wounds a narcissist more than realizing that the person they once owned has become a country they can no longer enter. So let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself. How many hours of your life have you spent imagining the moment they finally understand? The moment they finally cry? The moment they finally call and say the words you waited years to hear? I need you to gently, lovingly, but firmly let that fantasy die. Because that fantasy is the last leash they still have around your neck. As long as you are waiting for their realization, you are still working for them. You are still performing for an audience that will never clap. And the cruelest joke of all is that even if they did say those words one day, it would not heal you because the wound was never about their words. It was about the years of yourself you gave up trying to earn their decency. This is where the real shift begins. Revenge is loud, justice is quiet. Revenge wants them to feel pain. Justice wants you to feel free. Revenge keeps you chained to the person you are trying to escape. Justice walks you out of the prison and burns the key on the way out. And the highest form of justice, the kind that no court could ever deliver, the kind that no confrontation could ever produce, is the version of you that becomes so emotionally steady, so internally peaceful, so quietly powerful, that their entire identity collapses in your absence. Because remember, they built themselves on your reactions. Take the reactions away, and there is no structure left. Just a person standing in the rubble of who they pretended to be. Indifference is the weapon they cannot block, because indifference cannot be argued with. Anger can be twisted into proof that you are unstable. Sadness can be twisted into proof that you still want them. Long explanations can be twisted into evidence that you are obsessed. But indifference, real indifference, the kind that comes from genuine emotional detachment, is silent, smooth, and devastating. It says nothing, and yet it says everything. It says, I no longer need you to understand me. I no longer need you to apologize. I no longer need you to be anything other than the cautionary tale you turned out to be. And that message, delivered through your silence, hits harder than 1,000 confrontations ever could. But I want to be clear about something, because this is where so many survivors get this wrong. Indifference is not a performance. It is not a strategy you use to manipulate them back. The moment your peace becomes a tactic, you have handed the power back to them. Real indifference is a result of healing. It is what happens when your nervous system stops linking their name with danger. It is what happens when your thoughts naturally move to your own life instead of theirs. It is what happens when you wake up one morning and realize you went a full hour, then a full day, then a full week without their face crossing your mind. That is not coldness. That is recovery. That is the soul returning to its rightful owner. And I need to pause here for a moment, because if you have read this far, something inside you is shifting, and I do not want you to lose it. If this is reaching you, if these words feel like they are pulling something heavy out of your chest, do me a favor and subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Not for me, for the version of you that is finally starting to come back home. There are people in your life who will never understand what you went through, and you should not have to keep explaining yourself to people who never lived inside the fog. Let this be your safe place. Let this be the corner of the internet that meets you where you are and walks you forward. Now, here is something almost no one warns survivors about. And once you see it, you will start to notice the pattern everywhere. Narcissists almost always return, not because they miss you, not because they have changed, not because they have realized your worth, but because they can feel your distance like an alarm going off in the back of their mind. They sense your peace the way a predator senses prey moving out of range. And suddenly, after months, sometimes years of silence, the message comes. The casual greeting, the fake apology, the birthday text, the convenient emergency, the sudden curiosity about how you are doing. It feels like fate. It feels like a sign. It is not. It is hunger. They are not coming back for you. They are coming back for the supply you used to provide. And the version of you that responds, even with a single word, even with a polite reply, becomes the doorway they walk through to drain you all over again. So when that message comes, and it will come, I want you to remember something. Your silence is not rude. Your silence is sacred. Your silence is the closing of a chapter that should have ended long before you found the strength to end it. You do not owe a final word to someone who never gave you a real one. You do not owe an explanation to someone who only ever used your explanations as weapons. You do not owe them the closure they refused to give you. And the most powerful response you will ever give a narcissist, the response that lands deeper than any sentence you could ever construct, is the response of someone too busy living to even notice they were knocking. Now, let us talk about what they actually see when they look at you from a distance, because this is where the real psychological truth lives. When a narcissist watches a former target thrive, they do not see success. They see evidence. Evidence that they were never as important as they claimed to be. Evidence that you were always more than they tried to convince you that you were. Evidence that the version of you they tried to destroy was the version they were most threatened by. Your peace is their indictment. Your confidence is their courtroom. Your laughter, your new relationships, your career, your stillness, your skin glowing back to life, your eyes no longer dim, all of it becomes a mirror they cannot bear to look into. Because deep beneath the grandiosity, beneath the bravado, beneath the cruelty, there is a small, terrified, deeply insecure human being who has always known on some level that they were not enough. And you walking away healed is the loudest confirmation they will ever receive. This is why you must understand that the work you are doing right now, the inner work, the boundary work, the grief work, the rebuilding work, is not just for you. It is the most precise, most surgical, most undeniable form of justice the universe allows. Every time you choose yourself, every time you sit with a hard emotion instead of numbing it, every time you say no without explaining yourself, every time you rest without guilt, every time you set a boundary without apologizing for it, you are doing what no argument could ever do. You are becoming the one thing they cannot control, cannot manipulate, cannot retrieve, and cannot replace. You are becoming free. And freedom, real freedom, is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not need to prove anything. Freedom is the slow, quiet realization that you no longer rehearse conversations in the shower. Freedom is the morning you wake up and forget to check whether they liked your post. Freedom is the afternoon you laugh at something and realize their reaction never crossed your mind. Freedom is the night you fall asleep without their voice playing in your head. Freedom is the moment your body finally believes that the war is over and you are still standing, softer, wiser, and more whole than the person you were before they ever found you. I need you to hear me now, because what I am about to say is the heart of everything. The greatest revenge is not their suffering. The greatest revenge is your emergence. The greatest revenge is the day you look in the mirror and recognize the person looking back, not as a survivor with a story to prove, but as a human being with a life to live. The greatest revenge is the moment you stop calling it revenge altogether, because you have moved into a place where they simply do not exist anymore. Not as an enemy, not as an obsession, not as a wound, just as a chapter you no longer reread. You did not survive what you survived to spend the rest of your life trying to make them feel something they are incapable of feeling. You survived because there is a version of you waiting on the other side of this pain that is more powerful, more grounded, more careful, and more bright than anything they could have ever allowed you to become while you were under their shadow. They did not break you. They revealed you. They did not destroy your softness. They taught you where to place it. They did not steal your years. They sharpened your instincts for the rest of your life. And every single tear you cried in the dark is now a part of the foundation you are standing on. And that foundation is strong because it was built in the worst conditions a human heart can endure. And it's still holding. So let them wonder. Let them watch from a distance. Let them craft their stories, rewrite the history, and convince whoever will listen. None of it will touch you because you are no longer in the building they are screaming inside of. You have walked out into open air, into your own life, into a future that does not require their permission, their understanding, or their applause. And one day, sooner than you think, you will realize that you have not thought about them in a very long time. And that thought itself will not even sting. It will simply pass through you like wind through a wide open window. If this reached the place inside you it was meant to reach, do not let this moment slip away. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment with one word that describes the version of you that is rising right now. Because someone scrolling through these comments tonight in the worst night of their life needs to read your word and know that they can rise too. Share this with the person you know is silently breaking behind a smile. And come back to this this channel again and again because healing is not a single decision. It is 1,000 small returns to yourself, and I will be here for every single one of them. You are not who they said you were. You never were. You are the one who survived, the one who is healing, and the one who from this moment forward no longer belongs to the pain that tried to define you. Welcome back to your life. It has been waiting for you.